So this week we're talking about the topic of death, and this topic is highly appropriate because Andrew lost his grandfather, and my condolences go out to him. I hope this week goes as smoothly as it possibly can for him, and I hope he goes through whatever emotions he needs to, and I hope he sees his family this weekend, and they can they can go through whatever range of emotions they need to and find a way to grieve. And for me, I'm only 17 years old, and I know some people that are my age have lost plenty of people close to them. But for me personally, I haven't really lost anyone close to me. The only death in my life that has really affected me is my biological father. He died a few months after I was born. Um, I was basically a premature baby about 3 months early. I was in the hospital a lot. I have like maybe one or two pictures of him like holding me as a baby in the hospital, and then a few months after I was born, he died. Just having the image of that kind of parent not really being there growing up, you have a lot of curiosity towards who they were and what type of things they liked and how you could possibly be like them. And that's what I grew up feeling a lot. I was always curious, always wondered what would it be like if he was alive. I always thought what kind of things does he like? What was he like as a teenager? He always wondered, who is he? What type of person was he? What kind of things did he like? Would he be proud of me now? And I always grew up with these questions, and I would always question my mother, like, what's his favorite color and all this stuff, and she would give me as many good answers as she could, but it was just one of those big missing pieces in my life because I never actually knew him. And I remember it was around the time that I was in middle school. I was like 12 years old, and I was actually watching a TV episode, and it was like Grey's Anatomy, where they had the ferry boat crash, and the episode was just filled with death. People were dying left and right, and it was a very sad episode. And I can't remember what particular part, but I was just watching the episode and wishing, like, I wish that I knew my father. And then I went upstairs and I went on the internet and I started like researching death and how to deal with it, and I was just at my computer and I completely lost it. I started crying and sobbing, and it was really hard. And then my mother and my stepfather came into the room, and my mother was like, "What's wrong?" And I told her, I I want my father. I don't know him." And it was really weird because my stepfather was in the room as well, and my mother asked him to leave, and she basically like sat down with me and told me that he's never coming back. I'm never gonna have the chance to know him, and there are some things you have to accept, and death is one of those things. And luckily for me, I haven't lost anyone personal to me. Sometimes I think about it and I think, how would I even handle like losing my mother or my brother, or just like my best friend? Like, it's unimaginable. And death is just one of those things that it happens to everyone eventually, and there's no real way to deal with it. Some people go into denial, some people feel angry. I know my mother, when she lost two of her brothers at the funeral, like, she just went outside of the church and she started screaming her lungs out. It is very sad, just the idea of someone having all these things packed up into their life, all these memories, all these people, all these friendships, relationships, and then just having that gone. But it's just one of those things that's there, and it's one of those unanswerable questions. Why do people die? Why now? What happens after? And I think what's really important is to find a way to accept it. And I know losing someone, you might look at life and imagine how you can go on without them there and what's in the future for you, but that's life, and an unmistakable part of life is death. I want to say hi to Malik. Welcome to the channel. We're glad you're here. And I have to say, and like, speaking of goodbye, if you're watching this, I'm sad you're gone, and we're gonna miss you. And yeah, I've been really busy, and college is a lot of hard work. Sometimes I have a lot of reading to do for my English classes because I'm an English major, and there's a lot of crap to do. But I will be having fun this weekend. I will be going to DC. Do not stalk me if you live in DC, but I'll tell you how that trip goes, and bye. I hope you guys took this video into consideration. Comment below with any stories you have of death, how how it's affected you, how you dealt with it, and just try to give Andrew some support. Go and watch his video. I'll put the link over here. Watch his video and just try to be there for him, because we all need to be there for each other. Thanks for watching.